session. So I've got a couple of questions for Rockwatchers. So these are young geologists right at the beginning of their geological adventures. So what was it like to discover the mammoth bones? Did you realise how big the find was at first?
I think for me, I'd never held a hand axe or seen mammoth. We were fossil hunting, and that's the background that I've had with Nev. So when I spotted what I thought was a piece of wood in the ground, and Nev sort of said that's a mammoth humerus, and it was amazing. But I think for me, it was the discovery of the hand axe, because you only see hand axe in cabinets, in museums. You don't actually get very often the chance to hold one. So when I saw one and I held it, I've never held one before, but I knew what it was.
Yeah.
And it's that tingling sensation that you get that I was the first person to hold this since whoever dropped it. Now, that is the most awesome feeling that I can, goosebump moment.
Yeah.
And even now, when I go back and think about it, it's still that thrill that nobody else has held that, and then it's something really special, because it's that interaction, I think, with the human element to the Ice Age animals. So that was what really made our story quite big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about you, Ned?
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I think Sally said it all really in terms of the discovery of that first mammoth bone sticking out of the ditch. But for me, it was the mammoth humerus that we found after. It was a very large, well-preserved mammoth bone that illustrated the fact that the site had so much more to offer.
So you kind of knew instinctively it was this was a significant thing, the first thing you found.
Yeah. I mean, it got nicknamed graveyard because it's not one skeleton that we found. We were finding lots of bones of different mammoths and different animals. So we were finding, the babies, the juveniles, as well as the adults. So that's why the nickname, the Mammoth Graveyard, came in, because it's not one single skeleton.
Yeah, we reckon there was up to 22 individuals at the site. So a mix of young and old, as well as different species of mammoth as well. So there were 3 different species we found at the site: a steppe mammoth, woolly mammoth, and straight-tusked elephant. Yeah, so it was a real mixing ground.
That's amazing. Thank you. So what was the coolest and most surprising thing you learned while you were filming with Attenborough?
Well, filming with Sir David Attenborough was just, you can't dream of that happening, and he is genuinely so lovely. I think it was how easygoing I think the interviewing process was. You were expecting lights, camera, but it was literally a sound man, a cameraman, and David Attenborough, and so it was quite a really thrill, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a conversation, but the coolest thing was for us when he was about to go, because he had to get back to his house in London, and Sally said, "Well, do you want to come fossil collecting? And we'll take you to a spot in the quarry where we've not actually done anything." And he went, "Oh, I can find plenty of time for that." So he put his boots back on. We went back in the quarry and
nicknamed it David's Ditch after that, didn't we?
Found a few fossils that, actually were not placed there previously. He found his own fossils. He was thrilled to get this one.
That is extremely
So I think
cool.
when you sort of you get your sheet for filming, and it's a very structured process, and you're sort of thinking, it's going to be really structured. But it was more free flowing than that. I think that's what surprised us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What an amazing experience. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. Thank you.
No problem.